Got a bunch of mess to clean up, I tell you. What's that boy doing? That was my alter ego, Daryl. We've got parts from Rock Auto. Let's unbox them. The brake shoes are in. Clips. Wheel cylinder. The other wheel cylinder. And the hardware kit. That's the first box. The second box, we've got our master cylinder, and it has two different rods for either manual or power brakes. I'll get you a better look at that. Third box looks like someone sat on it. Right and left front brake hose, front shocks, and last but not least, the inner hub seals. You may remember from the last video this got broken, and I found the last one on the internet, it seems like. It was from Walmart.com, and it is slightly different in shape, but it's the same size, height wise, width, and lug pattern, so I'm sure it's going to work. Alright, I'm back out in the garage on a cold morning. I think I'm going to start putting the new brake parts on. This wheel cylinder is real funny the way it's put on. It's difficult to reach with a wrench. See here, this one is the one that's the problem, and I really don't want to try to get it with the opening wrench. It seems like a really good way to strip the head off. So I went and found a 13mm that's got a little bit narrower or thinner wall on it, and it goes on. It's a little bit loosey. It's really a ½ inch. I wonder if a 13mm is slightly bigger or slightly smaller than a half. I guess Google could tell me that, but thanks to the PB blaster that this thing's been soaking in for a week, that came loose. Oh, that thing is a pain. It doesn't even give you enough room to turn your wrench. How did they expect you to get this off? These are some super thin pliers. I hope that it'll get it. No. That thing's on there sideways. Well, it's not often you see something that was engineered that difficult on a 1969 vehicle. And what we've got next is this little small hard line, and I'm going to choose not to go in here, but instead I'm going to take that off. right, now that those nuts off and this bracket is off, now we've got these studs of some sort here. All right, no problem there. There's the old wheel cylinder, and here are the parts that I need to restore. The little retainer, the cable guide, the cable, the plungers, and I got a little rough with them, so I'm gonna see if I can bend them back into shape. The bolts, the cap, might as well sandblast it, and this little lever here. Just like in my other video, I'm gonna put this drill on as slip as it will go. I'm gonna insert this, tighten it down like a drill bit, and then hold this paper on it. The reason this is on slip is so I don't break my fingers. Painted these items black, and I clear coated these. And just like I did with the rear brakes, this will be cleaned out and greased. Painted the hub and pulled all the old grease out of it. And I've been soaking the bearings to clean them out. I'll repack those with some new grease tomorrow. My plan is to go with power brakes, so this has got to go. I don't know what they were thinking here. Maybe Steven Tyler owned this van at one time. It's got like little scarves draped here. What was that all about? If you've been watching my channel, you may remember this. It's the worst I've ever seen. So this is the factory manual brake rod, and the kit that I bought with the master cylinder said it came with both the manual and power brake rods. So let's look at my booster and see what it has. Here's the booster. It's unlike any other kind of booster that you've seen. Due to the small amount of space on a van firewall, it turns this way and the booster points sideways. So here's the rod that came from the donor vehicle. Let's see if it's... This rod has a different end than this one does. I will have to reuse this. I don't know what they expected you to do with that. A friend was able to find this for me, and he's got another one identical to it on the way in the mail now. So I'm going to take the best one of those two and probably send it off to be rebuilt. The main thing is having this bracket here. That's the important part. I soaked these bolts again. They have already been soaked several times in the past with PB Blaster. There's a cotter pin right there I've got to pull. So now we know why this is here. This little plastic plug exists to cover the hole that you punch that rod through. In an effort to remember how this goes back, these two curved washers go on the inside and then through, and this comes through. So I'll just keep it temporarily like that. So after getting all that off, I find that this assembly works really smoothly. I think I should take this out and sandblast the parts that are non-moving parts. Now the one drum that I didn't act like a fool and break has been turned now. Got it back from the shop. I'm headed to Walmart right now to get some bearing grease and some other few supplies, but I wanted to talk about something, and that is the extreme prices that some of these stores like AutoZone and Advance and O'Reilly have become. Years ago, if I was needing some wheel bearing grease, I probably would have went to AutoZone. But it seems like about 2 or 3 years ago, AutoZone and all these little chain auto stores just went haywire with their pricing. And so it's almost like now, if I can't get it from Rock Auto, Walmart, I'd have to be desperate to go to one of these chain auto stores to get anything. In fact, I had a gift certificate to AutoZone. I went in there to get some paint. The prices are wild. Do y'all realize this? Put down in the comments there if you've had an experience with their ridiculous pricing. I got one for you. My daughter, for her 2004 Silverado truck, needed a throttle body. Same exact brand, same exact part. AutoZone, O'Reilly, etc., over $400. Rock Auto, it was like 160 bucks. Here's the problem with Walmart though. The prices are so good that they just get sold out. Somebody comes in here, owns probably a shop or whatever, and they just wipe them clean out. That'll be it for the video this week. I'm going to continue working on the booster and other things, and I'll document it all and put it on here. So hope you're enjoying the journey. I'll see you next week.